Talk Radio.
Gotta love the intro music. You just do. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Yeah. It's
Yep.
our special 4th of July day show. Yeah, because we've been doing nights on during the week, you know. Didn't even know if anybody would be here.
I have to
I
say,
know.
I think this is why we all get along so well, is because we're just so nerdy about this stuff that, like, we're excited to put on a show on the 4th of July.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
You know, every other normal person goes to the lake or, you know, hooks up with 10,000 family members and has a, you know, a barbecue. Nope. We're here doing a show because
Yeah. People ask me, you know, holidays come up and people ask me, you know, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? And I say, I'm going to do 2 or 3 times the amount of work and do extra shows.
Yep.
yeah.
Because I have to do the banners for the shows, and of course you have to do a sale because it's a holiday, so you do the sale and the sale page and all the buttons and all the text and the banners, and then set up the shows to promote the sale. And so it just means more work for me. The other way I look at it is this. It all it means when there's a holiday is that it messes things up. I can't go to the bank, you know, and I can't get things done. I really don't care about the holidays. I just want it to be a regular day. Yeah, they are all just regular days to me. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Everybody got their coffee or tea. Welcome to Psychic Cafe.
Yep.
Look at this. It's doing the thumbs up on my screen here. And I'm just, all I'm doing is holding my cup. But look, it's doing the thumbs up. I guess I have to stick my thumb down like this. What's your drink, Michelle?
I have an Italian soda.
Ooh, Italian soda. What kind?
Black cherry.
Hey, that sounds good.
Black cherry with a Red Bull.
Oh, it's Red Bull, so she can make it through the show.
I do have my water because I have to stay hydrated.
I'm gonna make a prediction that everybody will show up. Will be like halfway through the show, or you know, an hour into the show. All these people come in, and then we're stuck on here for another hour.
Yep, I agree with that prediction. Well, we have a couple people in there.
Yeah, we actually said last night, Charlotte, that okay, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow for our 2-hour show. Yes. And we already have a bunch of people in the caller queue. It is lighting up like a Christmas tree. Hey, Christmas in July, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody turn QVC on.
Yeah, because 4th of July and July isn't quite enough. We must add Christmas as well.
I know, it's insane. Oh God. Anyway, but for everybody listening on radio, maybe you're listening on one of the radio players we have out there. Maybe you're on blogtalkradio.com. Maybe you've dialed into the show. You can come see Charlotte and Michelle and I on camera on YouTube because we are simulcasting live video streaming on YouTube. And the way you get there is open a tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live. That'll take you right in. Or just go to YouTube and search for our network, which is Psychic Talk Network. There are so many psychic things, though, on YouTube that when you do a search, Psychic Talk Network, our channel may or may not pop up right away. You might have to hit the filter and then filter for channels, and then it'll show up. Pop onto our channel. You'll see the live, pop into the live. You can get into the chat with us. I know I saw Maria G. Moss come in there, one of our hosts, Dan, of course.
Yes. Hi, Maria.
Who's that Dan guy? Oh, well, that's Michelle's hubby.
Oh,
One of our
Oh,
lifetime
yeah.
members.
Yep.
New
Hi,
Ben.
Dan.
So
Yeah,
can I
New
just
Ben's in there.
can I just pop in for one moment while we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about all the different psychic things that you can run into? All of a sudden, I have been with this new phone now. I have been bombarded with uh things showing up on my Facebook and Instagram and also YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, tarot readers, the single person tarot readers that you don't see them, you just see their hands, the cards, they've got,
Oh, that
a
kind of thing. Yeah.
candle and some crystals. And like I have seen so many of those, and I do not, one of them had 2,300 guests on. And
Oh
I'm like,
my
what
God.
in the world?
I
And
never see
what are the
those.
Well, I didn't see it on purpose. It just fed it to me because, I mean, it's like you say a word that
Uh-huh.
um what was the last one I used? But a word they usually don't use. And then all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
getting she's trying to sneak out the
Oh,
door.
look at the kitty.
Hi,
She's trying
kitty,
to disturb
kitty.
the card or the dog. She's trying to actually get the dog to not like bite her bum on the way out the door. She
Mm.
was being so sneaky, so I'll just help her out the
But
door.
but finish up there. What were you saying, Charlotte, at the end there?
Anyway, well, just like when you say some word like doppelganger or something, now all of a sudden I'm going to find all sorts of things that are coming up telling me about doppelgangers
Oh,
or about
I wonder what it
um
was on Facebook and on Instagram, what have you, that you were looking at that caused you to, get all of this. By the way, I have a term for this. I'm going to call it, are you ready? I'm going to call it psychic vomit.
It no, the thing is I didn't look anything up. It was a word. I was talking to my brother on the phone about it.
That's
So
eerie.
if you think you're smart, your smartphones and smart TVs are not listening, they're totally
Mhm.
listening because this has happened to me too many times for it to be a coincidence.
Wow,
Say,
that is eerie and kind of
oh
creepy and
yeah.
sketchy.
Yeah, well, think of a word that you don't, that you've never like searched for
Mm-hmm.
and like arthritis medicine or something like that, and I swear you are going to get 10,000 hits now. Like things are just going to be showing up on your IG and your Facebook and your YouTube about
I've got a theory about that. Because you said you were talking to your brother
on the phone.
on the phone. Yeah. See, and this is the thing. I don't actually use my phone as a phone. Like I don't really talk that much on the phone to people. Like they text me or they send me a message on Facebook. And actually it's 95% Facebook Messenger, maybe 2.5 to 5% texts. I almost never get a text. When I send a text, when I message somebody on Facebook Messenger, if they don't see it right away, I send them a text. I'm messaging you on Facebook. And then they come to the Facebook Messenger and message me back. So
I
I
think
I use text on my phone just to get people to respond to me on Messenger. I don't even use text, you
I
know.
like
yeah.
But
Well,
wait, hold
I
on.
think my
But
brother wishes I would do that.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, Charlotte. Now you've given me an idea here. Now I want to test this out. I want to actually call someone on the phone, start a conversation, and drop in some of those bombs. Like arthritis medication or psychic reading, or
yeah.
and I want to see if that starts showing up in my feeds. Google searches
Right?
or
Yeah.
No,
Google, Instagram,
no,
Facebook.
I've had it happen just um like talking to somebody, like not even on the phone, just like speaking to somebody like I've gone to visit somebody and, you know, we're chatting and we talk about something in our chat and I'll have my
It's
phone
like
in
the
my pocket.
microphone is always listening, you
It
know?
is. I mean,
Well,
people
and it
think it's
has
not,
to,
but
if you think about it,
those,
a
those
lot of,
smart things
well, people
are, they're
use the
always
digital
listening.
assistants, you know, like Siri and stuff, and
Yep.
or Google, you know, and you'll just go, "Hey Google," and your device just lights up. It's been listening the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
We should do a psychic spin on that and pull cards on, you know, where
Yes.
is this going, this eeriness, you know. Real quick though, I want to finish up letting people know that are new. So if you find us on YouTube and pop in here, you can just pop a question in the chat. Now you don't have to, you know, you can do a mini reading, of course, but you don't have to just ask about that. You can ask about anything, like general questions about tarot in general. You know, maybe you have some burning question about numerology you want to ask us. You don't have to just ask about, you know, life questions. That those are perfectly fine. We get that all the time, of course. But, you know, you can ask general questions about all these things we do: life coaching, animal communication, tarot, numerology. Maybe you have a question about Psychic Cafe, our new website for the Tarot Guild. Maybe you have questions about the Tarot Guild and joining as a member. Yes, you don't have to be just a tarot reader. You could be a psychic advisor, clairvoyant, an animal communicator, an astrologer. It's open to everybody, the Tarot Guild. We've been here for 20 years now. Psychic Talk, our radio network. Maybe you have a question about being on the radio, doing your own podcast, doing YouTube, becoming a YouTuber, things like that. Joining us on the network, you know, because multiple people are better than one. Yeah, you don't have to go do it alone. We've already done the learning curve. We've been doing this for 14 years. Yeah. So you can ask all those kind of questions too, you know, as well as you can pop in there and just say, can I get a message from the universe? Or you could pop in the chat and put a very specific question. That's fine too. Whatever you'd like. And by the way, you know, it works both ways. Those on radio can come over and see the simulcast on YouTube, but you guys on YouTube, you can dial into the radio switchboard, 714-816-4628. We take the calls in the order that they come in. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. Now, if you're just listening to the show, that's perfectly fine. You can dial in at 714-816-4628. Do nothing, just listen to the show, and you'll be at the bottom of the queue. We'll leave you alone. But if you want to be live on air with Charlotte and Michelle and I, you know, just push 1 on your dial pad after you get through. It'll put you up into the caller queue in the order that you called in, 714-816-4628. And you can do both. You can join us in the chat and be on the phone lines. That's right. Of course, if you're already on the phone lines, you know, don't put your question in the chat because that wouldn't make sense at all. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
And don't forget cup of coffee. Don't forget cup of coffee.
Grab your cup of coffee or tea, pull up a chair here in the cafe.
And if you buy us one, we put you to the top of the list. And our normal rule is 1 question per person. But if you buy us a cup of coffee, you get 2. You might even get 3 questions.
Yeah, it's
and
you
go right to the top of the list.
It's basically our tip jar, but we call it coffee because, hey, we're Psychic Cafe, right? You know. So here's the URL on the screen. I popped up all of our URLs to our pages. Of course, the scroll at the bottom has all this in here, but here it is: psychic.cafe/coffee takes you over there. Let me put that in the chat too while I'm thinking about it. Coffee. There it is. Psychic.cafe/coffee. Grab us a cup of coffee. You know, you can send us $10, $15, $20, whatever you want. And we will jump you to the top of the list. Like, we will take your call right now, no waiting. You can ask more than one question. We'll spend more time with you. We'll all pull cards instead of just one of us. Also, if you put a question in chat, you can pop in the chat and say, hey, I just bought you a cup of coffee. We'll take your question in chat first, no matter where it is in the list, because we take that in the order that people pop the questions in as well. And if you're on the phone lines and you buy us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee, pop into the chat on YouTube, say, hey, I'm area code 723. My name is Joan, and I just bought you a cup of coffee. We'll go right to your area code. We'll grab your phone line and we'll take your call right away. No waiting. And if you want to grab us in between shows, I'm psychic.cafe/Dax. Michelle is /Michelle. Charlotte is /Charlotte. Yes, we try to keep this stuff easy. /coffee/Dax/Michelle/ easy stuff. Psychic.cafe/ our names. You can book a reading with us and so forth there.
/Jet. Jet wants to do a reading for you too.
There we go. We got to get a special URL for them, right?
Yep.
Oh, I also want to pop this in the chat here real quick, and I'm going to pop this up on the screen right here. Psychic.cafe/44cap will take you right to the purchase page for the 4th of July flash sale for Maria G. Moss's Certified Angel Practitioner course. I kid you not, the $222 course is only $44 right now. Only today. It's only for the 4th of July. And of course, you can get there by going to her website, mariagmoss.com. But I thought, hey, let me make a URL up that takes you right to the page where the button's right there to buy the course at just $44. It is psychic.cafe/44cap. That's because we call it the CAP course, Certified Angel Practitioner course. Since 2015, we've been calling it the CAP course, CAP, and you can just pop right over there and check that out. It's a steal, and it's only today.
And how late is it running until tonight?
It's just today. I think it ends. Maria will tell us. Maria, tell us in the chat. She's in the chat right now, but there's a delay, so give us a few seconds for her to hear this. And Maria will tell us when it actually ends. Midnight.
Midnight. All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you, Maria. Yeah.
I knew it ended by the 5th. I knew that, but I didn't know if it was like 6 a.m. in on the 5th or midnight at the 5th. Yes, thanks for asking that, Michelle.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah.
I am considering it today.
Yeah, it is a steal, and you can become a certified angel practitioner. You can take my course, which is on sale for $74. You know, it's 7/4 right now, July 4th. So I figured, hey, I'm going to cut my $297 course down to $74 for the 4th of July. You'll find that on the sale page, psychic.cafe/independence. And if you go to our website, psychic.cafe, actually, that post is pinned to the top of the community page, the main page that you land on. When you go there, you'll see the banner for the sale. Just click on that. It'll open up the blog post, and you can find on there my course. There's actually a lot of things. You know, we've got membership for $47. What else do we got? We got certification, which is $124 per level. It's $74. My course, $74. Book a reading with me is normally $100, $99.99. $74. And you get the theme. Also, if you want to get all of that, if you want to get my course, then get certified, and then have your membership and get started on Psychic Cafe with your own mini website on Psychic Cafe. That's right, folks. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get a website. You can join us on Psychic Cafe. You'll get your own custom private link, and all of those, the course, certification, and membership, your first year at Psychic Cafe and the Tarot Guild, $174. There you go. So let's see. Before we go to the phone lines, I don't see any questions in chat yet, but go ahead and put your questions in. We'll get back to that in just a second. Oh, geez, look at Dan in chat. Maria, do you have a special for couples like Michelle and I? He wants to get in on the Certified Angel Practitioner course too, and not have to pay the full $44. That's a huge, deep discount, Dan. $222 down to $44, and you want another discount? But you know what? I know Maria. She'd probably swing a deal. 44 and 44 is 88. Maybe she'll give it to you for 77. I don't know. We're going to find out. Maria's like, I can't go any lower than that. It's like, it's pretty damn low. $44, I got to say. But before we go to the phone lines real quick here, I pulled some cards. By the way, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux. I used it last night. I'm using it today. By Ciro Marchetti. Here's the back. Love this deck. Fantastic card stock from US Games. It just holds up. It shuffles really well. The coating on it is just perfect. I mean, the images are unbelievably stunning. In fact, we're going to look at some right now because the Heart of the Matter card I got was following your dreams, following your passions with the Knight of Wands. Look at the dragons. Oh my God. It's another thing I love about this deck is because I'm all about the dragons, right? You know, but it's paired with the card for today's show, the Wish Come True card, the 9 of Cups. Look how I love this version, how he's smiling. Oh my God, that is just so cool. So these two cards together can mean a bunch of different things, but like, you know, for some of you out there, this is going to be talking about a fun, exciting, passionate love affair with lots of laughter and adventure. This may be coming into your life for some of you. For those of you like already in a relationship, this is hinting at a possibility to take your relationship there, you know, move into it being a more exciting, passionate, laughter, adventure. It's also validating your current relationship if you're in a relationship right now. As far as like, you know, career, business, things like that, this could be hinting at exploring new options with courage and enthusiasm. And also, you know, with that 9 of Cups, maybe celebrating success that you've already had, success with your passion project. Yeah. So that's what I got for the card for today. Oh, that was weird. Charlotte was talking about her background disappeared when she lost, when her phone died. She had to get a new phone. When she just clicked off there, her old, your Charlotte, your old background popped up there for a second.
I know. Yeah. I know how I got that in there, but I don't know why it's not transferring over onto the background for the show. Okay. That's the part I can't figure out, because before it never did that. Before I never had instead of just like a blank screen when you turn off your camera.
Right.
You know, that's what I said before. And now I have my trees, but I can't get my trees to show up behind me. So just another little mystery to work out.
I had to pop up the banner for Maria's sale because she made it a GIF file, GIF. I don't know. There's so many ways people call it. Anyway, she put on the and you don't have to, guys, you don't have to turn your cameras off. Everybody keeps doing that, and I'm trying to I want us to all be up on the screen all the time, even when I have the cameras up there.
I'm doing something right now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. That's something different. I'm
getting more water for the dogs.
Yeah, so if you're gonna pop off because you gotta, like, I don't know, pick your nose or take a drink of water, or you know, that's fine. I'm just talking about, you know, we all used to do this all the time, and Ellie loves doing this. It's like switching camera, and it drives me nuts. It's like, you know, just leave it on. Anyway, I had to show this banner because Maria made this cool image with the fireworks going off thing. You know, it's just so cool. Anyway, I
really like it. Yeah.
I just had to show that. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else have cards, or can we just go to phone calls now?
Yeah, we can go ahead and go to phone calls.
Let's start taking some phone calls here. And for those coming in late to the chat, because you know, this happened last night, 45 minutes into the show, an hour into the show, the chat room started getting flooded.
Yep.
But we're going to do phone lines first because we got a gazillion phone call. If you want to make sure we get to you today, again, psychic.cafe, psychic.cafe/coffee. And let us know that you bought us a cup of coffee. We're going to bring you on first, but let's see who's been waiting the longest. It looks like area code 773. Let me see if I can bring their mic hot here. 773. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? It's acting up funny.
Hi.
The switchboard.
Hi, this is Elizabeth from Chicago.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
Chicago. Gotcha. Okay, just checking.
Hi.
My switchboard is doing weird things, like I'm pushing the buttons and you're getting that, the circle thing, and so I'm like, is she live or not? I don't know. So what do you want to chat about? Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, it's my favorite holiday.
Independence Day.
What?
I said also known as Independence Day.
Yeah, it is.
So what is your question?
Let's see. I'm concerned about my cat. He had an accident, and the vet accident, there was something weird that happened at the last vet visit, and now it's affecting his vision. He's temporarily blind. His vision's going in and out. Yeah, they think somebody accidentally did an abscess drain and stabbed him a little bit too deep. He's going to get a procedure tomorrow, a CT scan on his head to see what's going on. Do you think he'll be okay, and it might restore his vision with medication?
Michelle, this is definitely a Charlotte question.
Yes, I put my cards down already.
She's the animal communicator.
Yes.
Perfect.
I could for some reason I could not hear the last part of your thing, and I don't think Dax could either, because I watched his face.
I could not understand a word
you,
that Elizabeth was saying. It was all muffled, Elizabeth.
Yeah, so if you could maybe speak a little bit louder.
Can you state your situation in question again? I understand it's about your cat. I understand he's going to go in for a PET scan. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was at. Wait, go ahead.
So you said he went to the vet and something happened, and that's where I lost you.
Yes, he went to my regular vet several times, but the last visit was really weird, and the procedure took longer than normal. And the new vet that I took him to, because I just had a gut feeling I'm not taking him to this other place, the new vet thinks that he was accidentally injured and they didn't tell me about it, and they wanted to euthanize the cat. And I'm like, no, he's perfectly fine. They said he had 24 to 48 hours to live, and I think they were trying to cover up their mistake. He's perfectly fine. I took him to a new vet. He's going for a CT scan tomorrow, and his vision is coming in and out. Do you think the new vet can get his vision back?
Oh, medical things are really hard.
Yeah.
I think probably having that CAT scan. What I'm feeling right now is that they do have to sedate them for that, and that he coming out of the sedation is going to take longer than usual, but and he'll stay quite drowsy for quite a while. So that's the only thing I see with the CAT scan. As far as his vision, I'm not comfortable saying one way or the other. I do feel like it's something to do with maybe some pressure in his brain that
yes, that's what they're thinking.
That is maybe pressing on optic nerves. But Heart, I am not a vet. I'm not a doctor. I'm not anything like that. It's just that I'm actually kind of feeling like your cat's showing me like he's having headaches.
Yep.
So that's, I think, you're on the right track. And just from having many, many animals myself, I love animals, I think, and going through many vets, because I am pickier about my vet than I am about my own personal doctor. And so I think going to the new vet was a very smart move to make. And I wish you and Kitty Cat all the luck. And I'm gonna send him some healing energy, and I'm going to ask for you, because you don't think you can do it, but you can do it. You can also call in healing energy to help your cat, and just, you ask for the best possible, the highest possible outcome for, yourself, for the vets, for the cat, and the call in, and then focus on, and see if your cat shows you where it needs to be focused. But otherwise, just focus over his entire body, and then go from that. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. But trust me, this is not a medical diagnosis in no way, no how. I'm not pretending to be a vet. If you tell the vet that, as like, you talk to somebody on YouTube and they told you to, or on the phone, and they told you to do this or that, they're gonna go, lady, you're crazy, and she doesn't have a license to be doing that. And so I'm not telling you to do anything one way or the other. That's just what your cat is showing me, headaches. And
yeah, that's the most you can do, is tap in with the animal and see what's going on, and that's what the cat's relating, I guess I should say, relating to Charlotte.
Yeah.
But thanks for the call, Elizabeth. Good luck with that. Everybody in chat, I see Maria in there saying prayers for the callers, Cat, and everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for calling in too. And am I the only one that sees the irony of a cat getting a CAT scan? I don't know. Anyway,
also, all of a sudden, I'm being bombarded with love from this cat. So this cat loves you to death. So
there you go, Elizabeth.
I am seriously, all of a sudden, it just was like, whoop. And I'm like, okay, I'll tell her.
Yeah. And by the way, I looked up at the time, and it's 11:33. So master number 11, the master number, the master illuminator number, and master number 33, the master healer number, shows up right at this moment. I'm telling you, you cannot make this shit up.
Right.
I am telling you. Hey, I'm gonna jump to a question in chat real quick, because I already pulled cards on it. I saw V come in, and the chat's kind of quiet, except for, a ton of stuff from Maria and Dan. Yeah, they're in there. New Ben came in, earlier on, but I didn't see anybody else pop in till we saw V come in. And V said, hi, how are you? My name is Victoria. Can you see when my home will sell? And what I got was Temperance. Love this version of Temperance. Temperance is like my top, 1, 2, 3 cards in tarot. And then I got the Three of Cups, a card of celebration. Cups are emotions. It looks really good. With this big fat major arcana yes card and the 3, and you guys celebrating, it looks really good, like you're going to be able to sell the house. So that's the big takeaway. I know you asked about when, and the timing card would be the 3 of Cups. It would be the 3. So that could be 3 weeks. That could be 3 months. It's all up to you. Yes. I mean, we think that all this stuff just happens to us, but it doesn't. The speed at which things manifest is directly attributable to where our focus is and how much we are putting our intention on something, and whether or not we are putting any like mistakenly putting attention on, well, it hasn't sold yet, you know, or any lack or anything like that. That slows the process down. You know, you want to visualize every day you selling that house and, you know, signing the paperwork and getting the check handed to you, whatever you need to do to, I don't know what it is, what it looks like to you in your head. That's all personal. You have to come up with, you know, what is your best visualization for the house is selling? Is it the sign on the front of your house, you know, for sale sign with a, you know, sold across it? You know, is it you sitting there with the realtor and the people? I don't know who's all there. I've never done the house thing. So I you know, it's like, I mean, whoever's there when you're signing the papers, you know, are you in an office? Are you in the living room in the house and they're signing the paper? I don't know what that looks like. And I don't know what it looks like to you, but you want to create a visualization, something. What's it going to look like, smell like, feel like, sound like, taste like? All 5 senses. What's it going to look like? I keep going back to look, but it's not just look. It's all 5 senses, you know?
Yep.
What's another way to put it? Okay, I'm going to put it like this. What is that immersive experience going to be like with all 5 senses when literally you've sold the house? What is that to you? Is that the phone call from the realtor? Is it signing the paperwork? Is it the sold sign across the for sale sign out in your yard? What is it for you? Okay, that's what you need to be focused on. Alternatively, another way you can go, or in addition to that, is if you're selling your house, if you haven't moved yet, or if you are moving, or even if you already have moved to your new digs. Obviously, if you're selling your house, unless you own multiple houses, for the majority of us, we're going somewhere new. Visualize that.
Mm-hmm.
You've already moved to the new place. And so you can speed this up. You know, it could take 3 months, but it could take 3 weeks instead. Heck, it could take 3 days. And I know it's not, you know, whenever we get these questions, this is how I answer. And I realize that it's not like going to, you know, Charlotte the Psychic on that other channel, you know, Shar that comes out and goes, yeah, it's going to be Tuesday, July 13th. You're going to sell the house, you know. If you want to,
I never do that.
yeah, I know. It's like, no, Charlotte was just the first name that popped in my head. I should have said something, you know, someone that's not actually here, right? Or I should have said Dan the Psychic will tell you.
There we go. Yeah.
August 22nd, you're going to sell the house. You know, I know it's disappointing. I'm not that kind of psychic. I'm not going to tell you it's going to sell on a specific date, because it's all in flux and it's all really up to you. But the good news is I can confirm you are going to sell, because look, we got the celebration. We got the temperance card. It looks really, really good. I got to tell you. So, I'm going to see if there's any more new questions in here. So V's already moved for a divorce. And Dan said, my condolences. Thank you so much. It makes sense what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. And like I said, you can make this go faster. And let's see. I'm looking for more questions. We did have Jessica came back in. Hi, Jessica. Nice to see you again.
Jessica.
and the Alien Network. Ooh, okay.
Dan had a question earlier for you, I think.
Who?
Dan?
Yeah, Dan. I remember that. We were just ignoring him. That's all.
Oh, okay.
No,
Can
but
I just say something really quick that goes back to my phone call?
sure.
For some reason, I always pull, I've been trying to pull out a few crystals before each show, and I just let the crystals pick themselves, really. But this is a cherry blossom, it's called a cherry blossom agate. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is a paw print. So it's a paw print of a cherry blossom, and like I have never
It is, yeah.
for any other shows, and I have this in a couple of different things, a star, a moon. But today the paw print wanted to come out, and so I think it's so interesting that my first call was an animal question. It was like, get ready because here it comes, and we're here to help you. This, by the way, is the most lovely crystal. It's got the most peaceful energy out of almost all my crystals, I think. And it's really pretty. It's got all these little splotches of white and pink, and with the background of light pink. Anyway, that's it. That's it. I looked down after we were talking about it, and I went, okay, that's why this showed up today. This is the crystal that wanted to come out and play today.
So Dan's question, what does the universe have for me today? And we actually saw him pop that in before the show even went live. Charlotte and Michelle and I were in the green room, and Charlotte was like, well, I predict, fireworks and barbecues and oh boy. I don't know. Does anybody want to pull a card for Dan? I'll pull a card, but I was thinking maybe Charlotte could pull one from one of her Oracle decks.
Sure.
Ooh, look at this. I got the 7 of Cups. And this version of the 7 of Cups, the Wade Smith one is a little creepy. Have you ever noticed that all the clouds, and it's similar with the clouds here, but I'm not getting the creepy vibe because there's this guy or person, I shouldn't say gender because we don't really know. It's a person in oh God, I just said the word. It went in my head and went right back out again. They're in like shadow, but there's a word for that. Guys, help me out here. Silhouette. Yeah. Okay, so there's this dark silhouette of this male or female or they, because we have to say that now. Right. Anyway, and they're looking at the clouds, and there's like all of these cups, and out of these cups are coming all these different possibilities of things. It hints at illusion, it hints at fantasy, lots of possibilities, which leads to confusion. The guy, or there I go again saying guy, but the silhouette is like kind of almost bending back like this, like it's too much. You know what I mean? Right, Michelle?
Yep.
In the 7 of Cups, they're like, yeah, but I don't get that vibe with this. First of all, the silhouetted person is missing, is not there, and there's the nice rainbow, and the castle thingy in the background there. Cups are emotions. Dan, I feel like today the universe has a lot of just cups overflowing fun. And, just fun stuff for you. Lots of possibilities today. Anyway, that's what I got for Dan.
Well, here's what I think is so cool. So you've just pulled a card where the rainbow is incredibly significant in the artwork to me. I mean, like that was the first thing I saw. This is the card I pulled. Can you see God, my lighting is terrible. Can you see the rainbow?
It's
a parrot like bird and all these rainbows. But the rainbows in this card are representing your chakras, and it's it's like you're coming into a realization where you're melding your physical and what's the word I'm looking for? The stuff we do.
Yeah.
Anyway, the spiritual world, your physical and your spiritual world are starting to mend. And it's also saying don't look for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because the pot of gold is where you are at the moment that you're there. And
Yeah.
so it's just like I don't know. It's just saying don't get down, keep going, you're almost there. And it's a really positive, happy card. I mean, when I hold the card, I get so many just really good energies, good, I feel
Yeah.
marching forward kind of energy going on with this card. So that's what I got for you.
Very cool. Just have a fun time, Dan. I don't know what you guys are doing after the show, but you all have fun. Going back to the chat real quick, V did respond. I didn't catch that. It's hard to be on air and doing and looking at the chat at the same time. But she said, me signing, shaking hands with a smile, and cutting that rye. I think she means tie, TIRIE, with the X. Oh, cutting the tie with the X. That's what she meant. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. We got a question from Alien, from Suhani. But before we do that, let's pop back to the phone lines, because we got people that have been waiting a long time. You can still call in at 714-816-4628. By the way, when Charlotte was finishing up there, I looked at the time, and remember I did the 11:33.
Yes.
It was while she was talking about that for Dan, I looked and it was 11:44. 44, the Master Illuminator. Yes. The Master Illuminator number 11, and 44, the Master Manifestor number, which I thought.
Apparently I'm on the Master Illuminator number schedule today.
Yeah. So we're going to go to area code 720. They've been waiting the longest. Are you there, 720? Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Randy from Colorado.
Randy from Colorado.
Hi, Randy.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. Thanks for taking my call and for working on 4th of July.
This doesn't work. This is fun.
I'm calling because I had an unexpected kind of worry now that things were going pretty smooth, and my brother-in-law who owns my house, who's been paying rent to, had a situation happen where he's now having financial problems, and he's now saying that we're gonna have to owe in 6 months from the day he told us. I think it's 6 months still. That we have to pay $500 more a month. And I'm just wondering.
What?
I'm really feeling worried now. We had a contract for 10 years to live here until my kids graduated college, and then we could move out and we could just meet my husband. And
so are you still in the 10-year contract?
We're in the contract, but he's trying to push us out. I don't know if I could afford $500 more a month.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I'm not a lawyer or anything, and I have to preface everything because, litigation, oh my God. It's ridiculous. You got to be so
my husband's brother, though.
You got to be so.
This is his brother.
Right. But what I'm saying is you got to be so careful doing readings like we're doing, we have to preface everything. We're not a medical professional. We're not a lawyer. We're not we're not giving you legal advice,
Right.
But just logically, it just popped in my head. If you had a contract for 10 years, doesn't it specify how much you pay monthly? He can't just arbitrarily go, oh, I want another $500 a month. Take it to a lawyer, hon.
Yeah.
Because as far as us doing a reading for you, we can pull some cards, but like, what would your question be? Really?
I mean, I'm worried about him too, because he was a doctor. He's very, very wealthy, and he got his company got a security breach. All the records were gone, and now he took a loan from the business, and he now is working for free because of this. And he's taking money out of his retirement funds, and he has kids that he's paying for. And so I don't want to I don't know. I don't want to cause problems. That was very nice of him to buy this for us, at the time.
Right. Well,
I don't know. I don't want to cause problems. He's
so
my husband's brother.
To me, Randy, it's the whole hindsight thing. We should have structured this differently. We should have, looked out for these kind of possibilities. Of course, it's really all his fault as far as, you're not responsible for his financial issues, right? So you got to look at it that way. Now, I get the Tower card on this. I mean, I really feel like it's just going to all come crashing down, because I don't think he's going to be able to. He might have to sell that. I mean,
that's what I'm worried.
Yeah,
I'm worried about.
That's what I'm getting. And I got the Empress card, which is the 3, creativity and communication. You just have to have really good communication with him. You guys have to get creative. Maybe there's a way that you pay off the house with a loan from someone else or some other, from a, normally people think bank, but it doesn't have to be. Keep your mind open to other possibilities. Okay. So that's why the creativity is coming in, and communication with the Empress card. You got to be in really good communication with him. Try to help out. What is it that we can do? Can I get a loan that's going to help you out, that's going to pay things off and help you with your financial situation?
I don't think so. Our credit is bad. Our credit is not good. That's what
I know, but don't jump to conclusions. You haven't even tried yet. You haven't even thought about different things you could do. I mean, there's so many things.
I don't know what.
And then I got the 8 of Wands. It suggests things might happen faster, more quickly than you even think. But 8 is a good sign, because that number is abundance in numerology. So it looks like this thing with the Tower, because it's right next to the Tower card, the 8 of Wands, that things are going to come crashing down sooner than later. So you want to work on this now. And I'm not that kind of psychic. I don't have the answers. I don't have, do this thing, because there are 1,000 different things you could be doing, Randy. You could look at borrowing from somebody where your credit doesn't matter, because you're borrowing under some different structure. I don't know. Another thing is that you could get additional tenants, so they pay part of this extra. If he starts charging
we only have 3 bedrooms. I don't have any places for tenants. There's no place for tenants.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. You think that
I can't.
But this, I know. But you're fighting me, Randy. You're fighting me. I'm not telling you what to do. I am telling you to start looking at this. The 3, the 3 card, the Empress, creativity and communication. You got to communicate with this guy that owns the house and get creative with this. When when someone says it's a 3-bedroom house, I don't have any room, blah, blah. I mean, the first thing I hear is, oh my God, a 3-bedroom house. I can move in 3 separate tenants, or I can put a tenant in here and a tenant in there. You know, it's like you're thinking.
No, because my kids live in the other room.
I know, but
they're
you're
not big.
I know, but you know, that's because you're thinking your situation where I'm a third party from the outside going, oh no, I would totally fix that. I would move people from this room into this room and this room and clean out that room and get a tenant in there and charge them
$1,000 for them to move into another room
and charge them, you know.
isn't any room for them.
I know. I'm telling you what I would do, Randy. Calm down. I'm not telling you what to do.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
I know you're not telling me this.
There are answers.
I'm coming from a place of fear.
I know you've got.
I'm really scared.
I understand, but you shouldn't be scared because there are 1,000 possibilities. Worst comes to worst, you move somewhere else that you can afford at the amount you're paying right now. You know, I mean, there are so many things. So many. I would go. I would, you know, like if they're gonna hold on, Ray. I'm gonna put you on hold for a second because you know we can't be talking over each other. You're not hearing me. All right. You're not getting creative with this. And I know people that are in a living situation, they want to keep the status quo. You know, I mean, ask Michelle. I mean, she's got the house full, you know, kind of thing. If it was me and I was in a desperate situation and my rent got jumped $500, first of all, why are you not talking to lawyers about this? You know, instantly go to the lawyers. Hey, I have this contract. Can you read this Most of them will do it pro bono or free, you know, free pro bono. They'll look at the contract. You know, you said you did a 10-year contract with this guy. Well, have a lawyer look it over. They shouldn't be able to jump your rent $500 a month. That's insane.
That's insane.
But even if they did, I would get creative. Heck, I would move my butt into the living room and sleep in the living room and get an $8,000 to $1,000 tenant in that room that I was using and get that money coming in temporarily. It doesn't have to be for forever to solve this situation. And when you say your credit's bad, heck, all of our credit's bad. You know, I mean, my God, but there are situations, you know, there might be other family members. There might be, you know, somebody else might be able to take over it, you know, some third party, somebody in the family might be able to buy the house from the doctor and solve his financial problems, but keep your rent or your payments or whatever at the same amount. That's a possibility. Someone could take it over at the higher rent, the higher payment. There are so many possibilities here. And that's what's showing up in the cards it's not me or the cards telling you this is what you should do. I'm trying to give you ideas. And the Tower card is telling me it's all going to come crashing down. You know, you have the fears, you're afraid. Well, there's a reason for that. And it's going to happen sooner than, you know, later. Okay. But you got to get creative with this. Take this as an opportunity to communicate more closely with the landlord and figure this thing out. Whether you end up having to move or move someone in or get creative with the finances, I don't know. But get creative. And the Empress is about birthing new things. Another thing is you need to look at this as an opportunity, not just a Tower card moment where everything comes crashing down. Yes, that's the one side of it, but there's always the other side to the coin. The other side is this is your opportunity to recreate your life, to say, hey, I'm going to find, you know, take me and the kids, and I'm going to go to this really cute little cottage I just found, which is actually $200 a month cheaper than what I'm spending right now. See, there's all kinds of creative things. But, you know, when somebody helps you out and especially family or family related, and, you know, they quote unquote buy a house for you, I think I heard her say, you know, Oh, by the way, I figured out how to get the balloons to work now. We do the quotes, air quotes. Yeah. But yeah, you know, like somebody buys a house for, you know, I mean, wow, you know, you get it in your head that, you know, this is my dealie. And, you know, they bought a house for me. And, you know, if they raise the rent, I have to continue staying here and paying an additional $500 a month. You can't see a way out. No, there's always a way out. And the way out may be literally the way out, walking out the door. You may have to get a different living situation. I'm sorry, you know, but in especially in this kind of a situation, oh, you know, he bought a house specifically for us for this situation. It makes it feel like, well, this is our house and we have to stay here. No, you don't. You can find maybe even a cheaper living situation somewhere, or move in with some relatives temporarily, and let the doctor sell the house and fix his. Remember, this is all because of his problem he created, because he messed up his finances. And so maybe he needs to sell the house. So you temporarily move in with some other family members, or find another living situation that's less expensive. But you need to get creative with this. That's why the Empress card is showing up. Thanks for the call, Randy. And let's pop back to the chat here.
Can I just quickly mention, I just pulled a card, you know, like we do when we're listening to. So I got this one, the one that we laugh so hard about the way it looks, but it's a mushroom card. And the mushroom shows itself above the soil, but not completely above, like the duff, if for lack, is coming from an ex-forester. That's what we used to call it. The duff is the leaves and the needles and the stuff, and so sometimes it's hidden under there, but you can see the thing. But what we don't see is down underneath is, technical term, the mycelium, which is roots, and there's like millions of roots and internets and interconnecting things. And that's what this is saying. It's like, girl, and it's exactly what Dax just said. You have got to go out and start following some of those roots. You can't, because I honestly I have picked up on your freaking out energy, and I'm kind of having a hard time breathing.
Yeah, I was picking up on that too, Charlotte.
I've got to talk for a minute, because I'm like, somebody bring me an oxygen hose, because
Charlotte,
I'm
breathe, Charlotte, breathe.
Wait, but there are what I listened to you say to every single thing that Dax said was you had a yeah, but. You had a yeah, but. So I'm not I'm not sure why you called in.
Exactly. That's what I was going to go with. I mean, as soon as you were talking, I was going to say, hey, Charlotte, same feeling here. It's like, why are you asking for advice if you're not going to listen to the advice?
But here's two different people who basically, I deal with oracle cards, he deals with tarot cards. My oracle card is showing this mushroom. Yep, you see the little cap up above, and that's your brother-in-law going, you are gonna have to pay me $500 more a month because I was a dumb shit and messed up my finances. Pardon the French. But underneath here is the rest of the world, all the roots, the mycelium that's like going out this way and down further and around and interconnecting with everything. And that's how life is.
We each have a huge network of people too.
And we have a much bigger network than you can ever believe. But I agree with what Michelle said, what Dax said, and I'm also saying that I don't know if you actually had a written contract. Fingers crossed you did, because verbal contracts, lots of luck with that. But the first thing I would do is, before you continue to freak Charlotte out, anymore with this energy that you're transmuting to all of us. Please call an attorney. Take one step forward. You cannot fix anything until you take one step forward, and that's what you need to do. And I agree with Dax, but he said it. My mushroom's saying it. I'm sure if Michelle pulled a card, her card is probably going to say the same thing.
Well, wait a minute, Charlotte.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to show you something, but what'd you get, Stork?
Yes, which is the movement card. It's saying it's time for her to make a move.
Yes. Don't.
The ball is in her court.
Don't keep thinking about it. Physically, do something. Even pick up the phone to talk to the landlord. Talk it out. But I wanted to point this out to you, Charlotte, that this version of the Empress card, it's just like your mushroom. She's part of the tree, and below the ground you've got the roots, and then above here you have the leaves. Usually above and below there's the hidden network and there's the visible network.
I picked up on that as soon as I pulled the card. I go, that is exactly the same thing as that card. So
and we got to move on because we got a lot of other questions, but I just wanted to point out, because this is a common theme where people call in and they're looking for the magic answer from the psychic or the tarot reader or the oracle card or Lenormand reader or whoever they're calling in, but they don't want to hear what the advisor has to say.
Exactly.
They want to hear what they want to hear is what it is.
What she wanted us to say, oh no, it's going to all work out. I see in my cards that you're not going to have to pay that $500 a month, and you can stay in the house that you're in right now, and your kids can stay in their rooms, and you can stay in your room, and you don't need to take on an additional tenant, and you don't need to do anything financial, and nothing's going to change, and everything's going to be fine. That's what they want to hear.
But that's not.
They don't want to hear that they actually have to work on this, that they might have to give up something, like they might have. What she said, I'm sorry, but and I don't want to be mean, but she cracked me up when she said, when I was talking about taking on a tenant, and she said, oh no, we only have a 3-bedroom house. Do you know how many people don't even have 3 bedrooms? You've got a 3-bedroom house. I'm sorry. It's so easy, to empty a room out, bring in a new tenant,
turn your garage into a bedroom.
You're going to have to double up. The kids are going to have to move into your room, or you're going to have to change the garage into a room.
And again, I pulled out the pendulum. The pendulum said, no, you're not going to have to pay that $500. But that means
that could mean a lot.
Means absolutely nothing, because that means you can get from the house. That means, it means you have to follow at least one of this. You need to find, another pathway. But it's not, this problem is not just going to go away. You are going to have to take action on it.
Yep.
So, let us all send you just so much love. And girl, if I was there, I would give you the most giant hug. You wouldn't be able to breathe. I would give you such a big hug, because I feel your stress and I understand your stress, but you've got to move out of that stress mode now and start taking action.
It's like Michelle's card, the stork that she got, just doing the motion, will start to break up the emotion. It'll break up the fear she's feeling, things like
panic.
Oh, by the way, the other thing I wanted to mention was, with this Empress card, and look at all of the animals, and we're out in nature. If she got out in nature, especially by water, it would calm her. She's not thinking clearly, and the only way the only way to do that is you have to change your state. And you can change your state a lot of different ways. One is, physically going out into nature, especially water, physically getting into water. Or if you can't do that, there's no lakes near you or the ocean, you could do a Epsom salt bath, with the candles and everything like that. Grounding, anything grounding like that. But then there's also a lot of hypnosis and NLP techniques and EFT that will let you change states like instantaneously as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got to get going here. Back to
best of luck.
Let's get
best
off
of luck
this.
to you.
So we had a comment from V liked that 3 of Cups back then. Jessica, okay, who else has come in here? I know Meg came in. Suhani had a question. There's Ladybug's back from last night. Hi, Ladybug. And
hey, Ladybug.
Yeah. Now let me go back. Okay, Jessica. So before Sahani's question, the Alien Network said, wondering how this guy I was hanging out with was able to just let me go. You want to do that one, Michelle?
All righty.
And then
I don't like those kind of questions.
While you're, Michelle, let me ask Charlotte. Charlotte, what do you think? Would you like to do Sahani's? Is Subham or Subham? That's the guy's name. Going to contact me this week. Do you want to do one of those? Is this guy going to contact me this week? Questions or not? I can do it if you don't want to do it.
I will do the pendulum, but you give a much better reading on those than I do. So I can hurry and just
you do the pendulum then on it, and it's Suhani, and I'm not pronouncing any of these names right. I'm just making this up.
I'm getting a yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, for Alien Network, here's what I have. This guy was looking for his sunlight, his peace, his inner joy. And unfortunately, he had to cut things out of his life to get to that joy to make, okay, on what he needed to cut out. And unfortunately, he had to let you go, and not because he didn't like you or, it had nothing to do with that. It's that in his life, he wants to climb to the top. And that's what this Tower card is showing. And at this point in time, I'm feeling like his being with you, it's just not feasible in his life for him to get to the top of where he needs to be. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so what you need to do is realize that he needed to make a choice to benefit his own life. Okay? So don't take it personal, because we all have to reach for our goals, our own personal happiness. And sometimes we are just not the ones. So look at it more as this relationship could have gotten even worse. So count it as a blessing that it ended now rather than later. Okay. But yeah, awesome. it just wasn't working for him.
That was a great reading, Michelle.
Wow, that was good.
That was a great reading. And your fingernails are awesome today.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. My pink and black. Yes.
So I got the thing for Sahani, and then also Jessica wanted a just a card pull. So I pulled some cards for that too. But Michelle and Charlotte, if you each want to pull a card for Jess. And before we go to all that, though, real quick, I'm going to remind everybody the 4th of July sale And here on the banner, you can see there's the URL. You go to psychic.cafe/independence. Or if you're on the website, Psychic Cafe, our website, psychic.cafe, it's actually the URL. It's the first thing on the main page, and you can grab the annual membership is normally $78 a year. It's only $47 right now. So you get your first year for $47. I don't, by the way, it's a one and done. In other words, you're not going to be automatically charged for the next year after that. We'll contact you and we'll give you a special, even better price next year if you stay with us. But you can join the guild for an entire year for $47. That comes out to be less than a latte at Starbucks, $3.91 a month. And then if you're a professional reader already and you want to get certified, join the guild, and then it's $74 for your certification. So that saves a bunch off of the regular $124 to $134 per level. You get it for $74. And then if you're new to tarot and numerology, you can take my Tarot by the Numbers Tarot and Numerology course for $74 as well. I'm also doing private readings for $74. So that's a savings off of $99.99. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, there's also a button on there for the package deal. You get your first year of membership, your professional certification, and my course for $174. Total blowout price. Go check that out. Psychic.cafe/independence. And again, if you're enjoying the shows, got something out of it, got a great reading, you want to buy us a cup of coffee, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. That's right. And so this is the first Saturday of the month, so I don't do a show, and we're taking the Sunday off as well. And again, I don't know, I still haven't gotten any pre-recorded shows from Catherine for Friday. So basically, I'm going to say it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going dark. We'll be back on Monday. Hopefully, Charlotte, let me know, Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be my guest co-host on Monday. Michelle will be my guest co-host on Wednesday. And then we'll see if Ellie's coming back for Thursday, or maybe Charlotte and Michelle and I will just do another impromptu Thursday show. It'll be in the evening, though, this time.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome sauce. Okay. So going back to Suhani. Hey, Charlotte, when you did the pendulum, I forget now. Did you get a yes or a no?
I got a yes.
Is this guy going to contact me this week? And you got a yes. I got a yes as well. I got the Hanged Man. It's a major arcana card. It's a big fat yes. Now, a lot of times the Hangman does indicate a delay. And so I think it's just pointing out the reason why, she's even asking this question. There's been a delay here. And that's because 10 of Wands, which is another big fat yes. But it's also reflecting that, okay, he's busy. He's weighed down with all this stuff. And that's why it's taking a little bit with this delay. But then Knight of Cups, he just comes rushing in. Yep, it looks like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So the next one was all of us pulling a card for Jessica, who says, I don't have a specific question right now, but could you pull a card for me? Of course, I can't pull just one card, but I got the Seven of Pentacles, looking at the cards, and unlike the Waite Smith version of the Seven of Pentacles, where he's leaning over the trowel and looking at the harvest, and you can't tell from his expression what he's thinking. He could be like really hot, really happy, or not so happy about the harvest. But in this version, Ciro Marchetti's version here in the Grand Lux deck, she's smiling and beaming. She's happy with the harvest. So I think this is a message to you, because I think you have not been happy. The Nine of Swords, literally being kept up at night. You know, it's the nightmare card. Never liked the Nine of Swords. And look at the figure looking in through the window there, which reminds
Yikes.
that guy, this figure, that face does not, Michelle, you have this deck. Does that not
I
remind you
do.
of the devil card in this deck?
Yep. Yes, it does.
Yes. And then I get another 7 card, the 7 of Wands, saying, hey, you know, you may be feeling this way, but really you should be feeling happy about the situation, because even though it's coming in from all sides, the attacks, you have the high ground. That's the message coming through for you, is to, you know, get into the happy place. And, you know, you have the high ground on this. You can do it, you know, and you can manifest what you want and how you want it to be. So, did either of you guys pull a card for Jessica?
I did.
Oh, go ahead,
And-
Charlotte.
And surprisingly, it totally backs up. I love synchronicity. Totally
Oh,
backs
I
up
do
what you
too. I can't wait.
It's the Buddha card, which is the heightened awareness, and it says, make peace with your thoughts and your world. So it says, you know, basically, don't run away from fear. Make peace with yourself. When things frighten you, look them in the eye instead of and sit with them and figure out why things are scaring you, because you know, the more you continue to run, the more, you know, the bigger that monster gets. And so, you know, I mean, I haven't studied the Buddha a lot, other than I know, you know, it was very peaceful, very, and that's what this is saying. But just to, you know, you have the ability to control your life and to not let fear control you. And so, you need to, and you can even transmute that fear into love eventually. And that's where it ties in with Dax's card, is,
Yeah, look at
you
the
know,
picture. It's all
yeah,
that, and swords are thoughts and ideas. So again, all this is in your head.
yeah. So you just need to make peace with that fear, and then move on, because um that's how we learn. I mean, fear is kind of the motivator to learn. I mean, fear is the biggest teacher. And yeah.
I want to
So
point
that,
out,
go ahead.
when you're done, Charlotte, I want to point something out, that I got 2 7 cards out of the 3, and 7 is the seeker energy. You know, it's going back and researching and looking at things. And this 7 of Wands, following your passions, but it's also, notice it's an action card. So it goes right along with what Charlotte was just saying. It's like, you know, you have to take action. So what'd you get, Michelle, for Jess?
So I got the labyrinth, which I'm feeling like you are trapped.
Ooh.
You're trapped inside of your own mind, and you keep going to the same problem, expecting the same outcome. And you're not realizing that if you just take a different turn, you're going to find the exit, you're going to find the solution. And then the next card I got with that is the ship. And so, and this so goes along with what they were saying. Okay, you do have to take the high ground. So down here under the ship, this is the mountain, and it's the same mountain that is in the mountain card. Okay, so in the ship, you are above those mountains. And so once you figure out what is keeping you trapped, you will be able to climb that mountain, get into your ship, and make your movement. And take the high ground.
Oh, that's
That
so
you have to, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
Stop being attached to the one outcome, because that outcome is not working for you. Find a different outcome.
Yeah. You're basically trapped by the prospect of fear rather than fear itself. And
Yep.
so, yeah, you have to take action on it. Otherwise, you will continue to stay exactly where you are. So
Cool. So
I love synchronicity. I love synchronicity.
we get a lot of it on these shows. It's just amazing. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. For those of you holding on the phone lines, we're coming back in just a sec. Just, getting through some of this stuff in chat here. I did want to mention Maria had said when I was pulling that card or cards for Dan, and I got the 7 of Cups, and she wrote in the chat, 7 of Cups, Dan has his head in the clouds. and she says, laughing out loud, just kidding. But hey, I don't think you're kidding. I think that's Dan. I mean, on a holiday on the 4th of July, his head might just be up there floating around. The next question in chat though was from hold on, let me scroll down to that. It was Meg, MEG8.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing that right, but oh shoot, hold on. So I'm scrolling down. I don't know what happened, but have you ever had it where you're scrolling and like the chat just goes boom?
Yes.
I hate that. It made me lose my spot. Okay, let me go back down again. Here it is, Meg. May I know about my future husband's personality? And I find this to be, rather interesting. I think that's cool. First of all, going into your future husband, I'm getting the High Priestess, which is letting me know that you really have to listen to your gut feelings with him. And 2 of Swords. Oh, you were saying his personality, maybe he's not really good at being decisive. I'm just going to throw that out there. He is, however, a very hard worker. Okay, you can see that from this 3 of coins here. And he shows up as literally the king of literally the king of coins, or king of pentacles. And of course, coins, pentacles is the earth element. So potentially he will be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Okay. And, these kind of people, first of all, he does great materially, and he values order and logic. And this is the kind of person that opts for quality over quantity. He might, not necessarily, but he might be quite conservative, or strongly, he's in favor of tradition, let's just say. In a lot of ways, it's really similar to the Emperor, actually. But that, yeah, a really down to earth kind of person. There you go. So there you go. Hope that helps you out and answers your question there. Let's go back to the phone lines, and we'll get back to questions in chat in just a minute. But we've got so many phone calls. Oh my God. I think 475 was waiting the longest. Are you there, 475? Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that must be
Sean. I'm calling from Connecticut.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Doug. How are you? Happy 4th.
Happy 4th of
Happy
July.
Happy Independence Day.
Oh, yeah. Well, before I ask my question, I just have to tell you, Michelle, your reading from last week was spot on.
Well,
I
good.
gave my friend the card, and she was so happy. I mean, she was. I cannot tell you the degree of emotion it came out of her, and she gave me a deep hug, and yet all my emotions came out along with it.
Oh, well, I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, and guess what? I had another clairvoyant moment on Friday morning, but this time it wasn't you. It was Charlotte's turn. to get that treatment.
Wow.
I
Nice.
have to ask you, Charlotte, do you by chance live among pine trees?
No. Well, yeah, I have a few in
No.
my yard. Spruce trees, not
Okay.
pine.
But I
There's
saw-
But it's
I
not like
saw
a forest.
spruce trees.
Yeah, it was a forest of pine trees.
Yes.
And
Not a
and
forest of pine
I'm
trees, right,
sitting in-
Charlotte?
What?
It's not really like a forest, though. of pine
No,
trees.
no, but I did used to work. I mean, that was my previous job. I did work, spend every single day out in the forest, in the middle of pine trees. I mean,
Maybe
that
you're
used to
picking
be-
that up, Sean.
Perhaps I am, because what I saw was I'm standing in Charlotte's point of view, and I see tarot cards are flying up in the air, and they're shuffling all by themselves. I keep hearing Charlotte, Charlotte, Charlotte.
Wow.
Doesn't everybody chant my name at night?
I'm like, what is happening to me? Seriously, what is happening to me?
Yeah. Well, I do. I do. Water is my absolute favorite place to be, but if I can't be there, then I want to be in a grove of pine trees. The smell, the sound, the pure artistry of the bark. I mean, I love them.
I had to put Sean on hold because there's all this feedback coming back through his line. I was
Right.
here.
I heard that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna zip so he can talk again without the feedback.
So, Sean, do you have a question for us or anything, or you're just calling in to
Yes,
chit
I
chat?
do. Okay, my question to you is this. Now that I gave my friend the card and the way she reacted,
Right.
I want to know, did I seal the deal? And what is next?
Okay. So, Michelle, do you want to do that one?
Okay.
I think you're becoming officially the Sean reader.
Just FYI, my pendulum says yes.
Okay, pendulum says yes. Again, hold on. I'm going to put Sean back on hold because we're getting feedback, and now it went away. Good. And
Okay.
while Michelle's working on that, real quick, I want to say hi to Blue Angel came in, and
Blue Angel.
and Cass Love came into the chat, and we love all our people in chat.
Yes.
And by the way, I didn't get to mention it. I popped it up earlier, but I didn't get to mention on air yet. Please like and subscribe. We love when you do that. It helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
Like the video and subscribe to our channel. As soon as you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and it's going to let you know. Although you can go on each upcoming show and hit notify. If you do the bell icon, it should, if you subscribe and hit the bell icon, it should notify you every time we go live, so you can pop in here and hang out with us and stuff like that. And it really helps us out. It's been a while since I checked to see how many subscribers and our watch hours, because we're trying to get to monetization, at least the first level of monetization. So thanks everybody.
Right.
Go ahead, Michelle. So what are you getting for
Okay.
baby here?
So I got the lilies, which is representing a very peaceful, positive feeling. So I feel like, yes, you probably have sealed the deal. You probably have, very much connected with her. And the next card I got is the ring card, which means that there is definitely that connection, that relationship has grown. But I also got, again, the labyrinth card. So just be careful not to put all of your expectations into one way, because it may go a different complete way, with the ending still being you guys together. It just may not go the way you're planning. So don't be surprised when it just slightly takes different curves.
Wow.
Michelle, I freaking love your readings. They are so awesome.
Cool stuff.
Thank you, Miss Charlotte.
So
So
we're
I hope that was helpful, Sean. I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to hearing from you again.
as always, thanks for the call, Sean, but we got to rush because we're coming up on the 2-hour mark and we got to end the show.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but we got to take another phone call or two. And in chat, we had a question from Cass Love, I think, or no, was it? Oh, it was Blue Angel, but Cass
Blue
Love,
Angel.
yeah, but Cass Love, what I wanted to bring out was talking about congrats on getting halfway to 1,000 subscribers. It took her 5 years. Now, this is the thing. I'm looking at, here's an update. I just got it on our studio here. 551 subscribers.
Yes. Woo!
So we want to get to the 1,000 and 4,000 watch hours. That is full monetization, but they changed the rules this year. And I don't know. Are you aware of that, Caslove, where you only have to hit 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours to get the first level of monetization? That gives you like memberships, the supers, like super chat, super stickers, super thanks, shopping. You can, do a store merchandise on, so we are at 551, but we still need 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to say, keep subscribing, everybody. And then you need to do 3 video uploads in the last 90 days. And over the last 365 days, you need 3,000 hours of public watch hours, they call it. We are at 2,315 public watch hours. We need to hit 3,000. We're only 685 away. I mean, out of 3,000, that is pretty amazing. And so we might be getting monetization, by the end of the year here, at least, or something like that, at least the first level of monetization. Now that question, right. And now that question from Blue Angel was, again, the same kind of question, which I find fascinating. Is this a particular part of the world you guys are in that, because usually we in the West get different kinds of questions around this stuff, but this is the second question: what will my romantic partner be like? And the previous one was like, what will be the personality of my husband? It's basically the same thing, where it's like, what's this person going to be like, kind of thing. And I just don't get that much. I get the, will I get married? When will I get married? When am I going to find a boyfriend? They out here in the West, it's like they don't give a shit what the personality is of the person. All they want to know is, will I get a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Will I get married? They don't care who the heck it is. They just want a warm body. Whereas in other parts of the world, people ask, so what are they going to be like? It's much more exciting to them,
Yeah.
This is really fascinating, though, because I, after shuffling and I pulled a card, guess what I got for them?
What you get?
I got one of the cards of the day. I got the Knight of Wands. Fire energy. So this guy is going to be like an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius, or at least be very, very fiery. It's like following your passions and stuff like that. Go-getter. It could be chronologically younger than you, or about the same age, or maybe even older, but has a kind of a youthful outlook. It's not quite as young as a page, but knights tend to be contemporary, or, in that 25 to 45 years old range, kind of thing, like that.
Yeah.
But if they're older, like in their 50s or 60s, they
felt like that.
They have the youthful outlet. And oh, look, you got the young guy
The
got,
younger gentleman.
'cause
Yeah.
there's two in that deck, right? Chiro did
Hmm.
an older gentleman and a younger gentleman.
But I pulled the older or the younger gentleman.
Yeah. Although he looks really young too. So I wouldn't know which one was the younger, to be honest.
I know, right?
Well, I don't care if they're younger or older. It's the one that is taking his clothes off. That's the one. Yeah.
There we go, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So this guy might be a little head. He might be a little head. What should we say about what do you guys usually say about the Knight of Wands? So this guy might be a little, follow his passions, but maybe a little headstrong.
Very headstrong.
You
Yeah.
know, pretty straightforward, not kind of, not like down to earth like the Pentacles or Coins, but
He's
definitely
very,
practical.
yes. He's a junior know-it-all.
A junior know-it-all. I love that. I love it.
Yikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
By the way, I want to thank all of our hosts and moderators for all they're doing in the chat, like Dan and Maria. I saw where Maria posted our coffee link, psychic.cafe/coffee for us in there. And Maria says charismatic.
I like it. Yes.
This guy's going to be charismatic there, Blue Angel.
Yeah,
And
he's the one you go to for advice.
and
Mhm.
Dan also for, his, like, he's putting in there about booking a reading. You can get a deeper understanding by, booking a reading with one of us. And
Oh, yeah.
again, let me put up our URLs so everybody can see them. They've been here the whole time down in this scroll, guys, but I know a lot of people, they get used to the scroll, Michelle and Charlotte, and they don't pay attention to it anymore.
Uh-huh.
So I have to pop it on the screen every once in a while. Psychic.cafe/coffee. If you want to grab us a cup of coffee, we appreciate that a lot. And then our pages, psychic.cafe/Dax/Michelle/Charlotte. If you want to chat with us in between shows, maybe you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like us to go deeper in on the show about doing psychic readings, doing Lenormand or Oracle cards or tarot, something about numerology, something about being a psychic advisor or a life coach, or how to get started or grow your business. Maybe you have a favorite author, favorite deck creator you'd like to have us on as a guest. We can do that. Yeah, we've been doing it for 14 years. We can get guests on. And speaking of that, I have an announcement.
Ooh, yes, that's right.
Yes. Yes, the famous author and deck creator Roxy Sim. Roxy is going to be our guest Saturday, July 20th.
Yay.
Yes, yes. She is actually selling her whole collection because her deck is actually full-size paintings, full size. And I'm looking if I can find the link to it for this thing she's doing. Oh, I found it. Hold on a second. I hate when it does the long, crazy links on Facebook. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
So her deck, and you guys might remember because, when she first came out with Pearls of Wisdom a bazillion decades ago, we had her on multiple times, and she's a member of the guild. She created a page on Facebook just for this, where she's auctioning off her original paintings, the full-size paintings that the deck.
Wow.
She's auctioning them off, and she has a special site, or a page on Facebook here. I'm going to pop it into the chat for everybody. You guys can go over to this Facebook page and like the page and send it out. Even if you're not interested yourself, you can send out, put it out on your social media to send people there. And we're going to be talking with Roxy. I don't know who else is going to be on there, but I know Roxy, me, and Michelle's going to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk to her about the Pearls of Wisdom deck. We're going to talk to her about the auction. you know, what else is going on with Roxy and everything. And so that is Saturday, July 20th. Get ready for that. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice because since Sharona has been on her break, we really haven't had that many guests.
Right.
Yeah.
Guests come on.
Sharona was always fantastic with all the great interviews and stuff like that. And you know, we need to get back to doing interviews and topics and stuff. You know,
I agree.
I love doing these open line shows, and they're great and all, you know, but people want to hear interviews. And you know, we could even bring Tarot Today back to do tarot interviews.
Yeah.
Or not, you know, we could just
No, yeah, I think that's a great idea.
we can do psychic talk too, you know. And one thing we have never done a lot of is, because we've always been focused so much on tarot, we've never done a lot of, like, except for somebody that has tarot decks and is a tarot author, say Pamela Steele, you know, who has the Steel Wizard Tarot, but also did like the Eternal Secret Oracle. We haven't done a ton of Oracle interviews, a few, you know, but almost no Lenormand ones. And so I'm going to put out there a bug in your ear, Michelle. Maybe, you know, you take the lead and contact some of your favorite deck creators that created a Lenormand deck that would like to talk about Lenormand and get interviewed. And that would be
Ready
something.
to take the notes.
Or in addition to that, you know, what books have you read on Lenormand? And so who's your favorite authors? We could get them on.
Right.
Or your favorite Oracle deck creators, or a book about reading oracles, things like that. Dan's like, is Roxy a lifetime member? I don't remember. I don't.
I'm not sure.
I think she is, but I think way back when we first, you know, interviewed her and she came on as a member, she became a paying member. And but I don't know if we ended up, just because sometimes what we do with our, you know, more famous tarot authors, deck creators, Oracle deck creators, book authors, things like that, is we give them complimentary lifetime membership, because they help promote the guild and Psychic Cafe and so forth with their following.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so but Dan is pointing out how that is a benefit, you know. So like, if you have a deck you've created, or you've written a book, or you teach tarot or numerology or animal communication or what have you, that's one of the benefits, is that you can join the guild. And right now, you know, the annual membership is $47. Like I said, less than the cost of a latte a month. And you can join us on these shows and promote yourself, promote your, you know, your book, your deck, your course, whatever it is, you know, and come on here regularly as because paid members, that's one of the perks.
Yep.
Yep. You can also join the Psychic Talk Network as a host and promote all of your work continuously like that. But as far as like individual interviews, you know, I mean, you don't have to join to get interviewed. You know, it's not pay for play, or is that what they call it? They used to call it in radio, pay for play. So if you wanted to get your record played by the DJs, you grease the wheels. You grease the wheels. People have no clue how much of that went on. It not so much nowadays, but back in the day, oh my God, 40s, 50s, 60s, it was all about how much did you pay the DJ.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It was called pay for play. We don't do that. We will interview anyone. What I'm talking about is continuous promotion. We will continuously promote you. You can come on these shows, you know, fairly regularly as a guest co-host and stuff. when you join as a lifetime member or a
Yeah.
annual. Actually, you cannot join as a lifetime member right now because that's gone bye-bye.
That's right.
Yes, yes. I don't think we announced it a bazillion times, but I don't think we officially said, hey, did you know it's actually gone now?
Yeah, I don't think anyone has even mentioned it.
Yeah, so if you're a lifetime member, count yourself lucky because that's only going to be made available once in a blue moon, maybe once a year,
Yeah.
once or twice a year on something special like Black Friday or the beginning of the new year or something like that.
And it's such a good, I mean, this is me again up on a soapbox about it, but it's such a good deal because we've been around for a long time. We're not a fly by night thing. So if you invest as a
20
lifetime
years.
member, we're not going to disappear next year after you pay your lifetime membership.
Right.
I think might, hold up some people about being a lifetime member, but here, I mean, we've got a track record, folks. We've been here. We're gonna be here because we love it.
Right. And
Yep.
and we had these great sales, but it's not going to come back at that price anymore, folks.
Nope.
We can't afford it. I mean, if you think about it, just at the sale price that we have going for 4th of July, $47 for the year. If you paid
Yeah.
$47 a year for the next 10 years, you'd spend $470. So and that's at the sale price. It's $780 at the regular price because it's $78 a year. So $800.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those specials we did are gone. If it comes back, it's going to be like $297 or something like that. It's not going to be $70 or something anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least the annual membership is affordable. Even at the $78, it's less than $7 a month. And right now it's on sale $47 a year. That comes out to $391 a month, less than a latte.
Yeah.
Yep. Jump on that, folks. So let's see. Popping back to the phone lines, who's been waiting the longest here? It looks like area code 415 has been waiting the longest. Caller, are you there? 415?
I am, yes. Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks for
Hi,
taking
Jessica.
my call.
How's it
Hi,
going?
Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
Hey. Hi. So my question is, I was wondering if you see, what you see happening with who lives in my building. I'll say, if anything, with me and this guy, us together.
Charlotte has a weird look on her face. Can you say it again? Because I don't think we caught it.
Yeah, I was like, I missed that.
I'm wondering what you see happening with this guy who lives in my building and me, if anything, if you see anything happening or what happening between us.
Gotcha. Okay. Charlotte, it's your turn ish.
Well, okay. As I shuffle my cards, Jessica, girlfriend, caller, who has a crush on the dude in your building, have you taken any steps forward to let him know that you are interested, sweetheart? Because as far as he knows, you are.
We had some weird interaction.
So you do interact with him. All right.
Yeah,
so
there's a little bit of a history there. Yeah.
Well, okay, this is an interesting card. It's called The First Breath, The Beginner's Mind. I love the this this is a weird. I you're just gonna have to see it. So It's saying, like, to me, this is saying, like, I mean, I doubt he's your first crush, but this is what it's feeling like to me, is like, dude is like feeling like your first crush. And they're saying, don't squander that feeling, don't squander that power. Take advantage of it. Go ahead, do the silly things that you do with your first crush. You know, if you see him in the elevator, compliment him on his clothes. Take the first step, invite him out for coffee. And I'm seeing some interest there. I'm not seeing like far enough out, like, to say a full blown interest, but I'm think that he might be. I actually see him sitting in his living room, just like guys do, blah blah blah, and then, oh, you're interested in me? Oh, okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Go ask him out for coffee. Don't make it a dinner. Don't make it a commitment. Ask him out for coffee, or if there's a concert that you think he might be interested in, something that's, it's just kind of fun, but not too intense. And then I see a friendship, and who knows after that. But that's kind of what this card is telling me. This first breath, the beginner's mind. So, and it's also, there is a little line out of the book, and it just says, don't underestimate the power of your breath and the magic of the word. So again, making sure you're speaking to him, and, and not waiting for him to take the first step. That's me on that. I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling back, Jess.
It's interesting because the problem. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, you can go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say that we have had some interactions, and like the problem that I was having with it was that like I was taking more of the lead, and I don't like that. So I think it's more like the first breath is like starting over again, and like actually let him stepping up, and like it's important for me that the guy can like actually like pursue me, take some steps, take the lead. And I think he was like has this insecurity, and I don't like it. It's been an issue for years with other guys. So I think I'm maybe learning to be a new way, like maybe be a little bit more passive rather than so like, rawr, me take, like, I don't want guys like that anymore.
Or maybe that's what they like, it's funny when you started talking about that, I'm like, damn it, I'm just going to pull a card and see. So he shows up as the Page of Wands. It's that adolescent thing. It's like they don't want to pursue and be in charge. And then I pull the card for her, and look what I got. The self-made, independent, older woman thing. The
90 seconds.
I love it.
Our live streaming is ending. You're going to hear that in the background. Just ignore that. That's Blog Talk letting us know we are not going to be live streaming in about 60 seconds. So anyway, don't ignore that. But it's, oh my God, it's so hilarious, Jessica, because, it's right there in the cards. It pops up.
Yeah, so you're either going to have to change your way of thinking, girl, or you're going to
60 seconds.
Yep. Either. Yeah, well, that's the way I'm looking at it. She's going to either have to, change herself and exude.
And continue taking the lead.
Well, no, the other way. I was getting to that. That's actually the other one. What I'm trying to get at here is like she either has to change herself so she attracts in the type of guy that is going to take the lead, or
Right.
and I think it's better, be who you are.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have to accept that you are the one that has to take the lead. Anyway, we have to get out of here, Jessica. Thanks very much for the call.
All right. Thank you. You run into problems if you're always taking the
10
lead.
seconds.
You know, you have problems in
I
your
understand.
relationship, and then the guy can't step up. It's just,
It
yeah,
sucks. It
a lot
sucks.
of problems.
Yep.
Oh boy. But
All
hey,
right,
call,
thank you guys. I appreciate it.
call us
Best
back.
of
We'll
luck
talk
to
to you
you.
next time. We'll talk to you next time. And you, maybe she'll have a new one. She always has a new question for us, Jessica.
Yeah.
But I love that, you know, it's like, hey, some people like to be in charge though, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and there are some guys that, you know, they already have to do all this other work and be in charge here. They don't want to have to deal with that too. You know,
Exactly.
like Dan.
Exactly. Oh well, poor Dan. He's just
That's why Michelle is in charge.
exactly. I'm the ruler.
Mm.
That's why I have the crown.
By the way, although I was talking about doing some interviews and doing some content, you know, like topic shows and stuff, I do like these kind of shows, and I think they're getting better and better. It might have something to do with like all of us being on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to get it where, you know, like at least us three, if not like all the hosts just are on all the time on all the shows.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's so much better. But the other
I
thing,
love it.
you know, like in the chat, Maria said, "Thank you for another great show today." And she's been noticing, other people have been noticing that, you know, another great show. Like the shows are just so great the last couple of weeks or so.
Yeah.
And lots
More
of
energy.
and knowledge bombs. We're dropping the knowledge bombs, teaching moments about the cards, but also in numerology, but also like just general life information, life coaching things, law of attraction stuff, how it works, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dan says, what? Okay, yup. I totally let her feel she is in charge. It's a sign of
Let her feel. Yeah, that's right. You let her feel. Yeah.
all the
Good
guys.
one.
All the guys think that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pull the other finger.
Behind every great man is a woman with a gun saying, "Don't step on my wet floor."
That's right.
But I make him mop, so.
Well, there you go.
You know, and actually, I think because this topic comes up so often, I think this might be like one of our topic days, because I think,
What is it?
like, I'm not like I'm an oldie moldy now, but I think things are just changing.
I've never heard that. Oldie moldy, Michelle. That's on me. I'm going to use that. Oh, I'm just oldie. Old. I'm an oldie moldy.
Well, I am an oldie moldy, but it just seems like things are just changing in that respect. Because it used to be, geez, the male and female role was they were so defined, and it was like a woman role. And no way, that was way too forward, way too, and now it's like guys are like, I'm tired of being the, bring home the bacon, take charge of everything, take the, always me putting the first foot forward. I'm tired of it. I want to be, I want to step back and be, just be a partner. And so that means that the other person gets to put the first foot forward, just as much as I do, if not more, kind of deal.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Well,
Because
see, exactly. Dan.
my brother is in, and it took me a long time to figure this out, but my brother is in, that's why his relationship is, and they're even more oldie moldies than I am. But he is like so happy in his relationship, and I just didn't get it because she was.
Wait.
Yeah, she definitely wears the pants in the family, and I didn't get it. But he's like happy with it, and I'm like,
look at what
it
Dan's
took me a
saying.
long time to get it.
Look what Dan's saying in the chat. Behind every great woman is a great man who takes care of many, many, many things. By the way, Dan, Charlotte, by the way, Dan also says, Char, I thought you looked a little green and fuzzy. Laugh out loud.
Moldy.
Yeah. I look like that Jabba the Hutt mushroom carter pole.
One thing I want to mention, because we've been going on and on, about there's the IAP sale for the cap course, psychic.cafe /
yes.
/ now I forgot what I did. / 44 cap. Yeah. And then the independence sale, psychic.cafe / independence. We've mentioned that many times throughout the show, but one thing we haven't is, did you know it's free to join Psychic Cafe? Here's the URL right here. Come over to www.psychic.cafe and just join. And it's free. You get a free profile. It's just like Facebook. You get a Facebook profile. You get a Psychic Cafe profile. And, it's really cool. You can join.
Yep.
And it's like Facebook with all the, features, and we have instant messaging and all that stuff. But it's none of that negative stuff and distraction thing you get on Facebook. Yeah. So come over and join.
Yep.
So we need to get out of here. We're like way over 2 hours, but maybe we can squeeze in one more phone call. If we don't get to you today again, well, first of all, we've been on for 2 hours, so you guys, sorry. But that's a lot to give.
We knew it was going to be a long show today.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing is, we're taking a little bit of hiatus Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we'll be back Monday night. So you can call in 6:30 p.m.
Monday fun day.
Monday fun day with Charlotte. It's going to be 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. If we don't get to you today, but we're going to take one more. I think it's 540. Caller, are you there? 540.
Hi, yes, I am. How are you?
Hey, you get to be the last caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, my name is Renee, and I'm calling from Virginia.
From Virginia.
Hey, Renee from
This
Virginia.
is my first time calling in.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
She's a virgin from Virginia. First time caller.
Yes, ma'am, I sure am.
What's your question?
Well, I really don't have a particular question. I thought maybe that I would leave it open and let's do a maybe past, present, future to see, what the cards say. I'm going to leave that ability up to you professionals to pull those cards, and let's see let's go that route rather than, to stick to the context of any particular question. Let's just open it up and let's just see what it shows for me. Do you need my date of birth or anything, or you just want to just pick up my energy while I'm speaking? Okay.
Yeah. When I do numerology, of course, I get people's birth dates and everything, but we're not doing that right now on this show. It takes too much time.
Okay, sure.
So we're just playing by ear. Everybody want to pull some cards? Michelle, you want to pull some cards? Charlotte, I don't know.
I got a card.
Okay.
I got for past, I got the gambling card and the burden card, the cross. And so I feel like you have taken a bunch of risks in your past which is leading you to carry a lot of burdens. You've had a lot of sacrifices. You feel like you owe to your family, maybe like it is a duty to take care of extended family. And you're really overburdened from the past carrying into your future.
Oh,
Yeah, I do. I have a little problem not letting go of what no longer serves my highest and greatest good. I do have a problem with that.
yep. And it's interesting because what I got past, present, future is past, present, and future people. So, but go ahead, Michelle. Where are you?
So
Michelle's
for
still
the
going.
future, so for your future, you just need to really take all the information you can gather and bring it into yourself and work on your inner self.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
look what I got. I just got to show you guys. I got Knight of Swords in the past, Hermit in the present, and Page of Pentacles in the future.
Wow.
I love that. I love how that is. It's like, okay, it's like this Knight. That's what I hate about this deck, figuring out which is a king and which is a knight. I think the KNs are the knights.
Yes.
And so this Knight of Swords, your contemporary, who's a very analytical person in the past, but your future is with somebody that is more down to earth, but a very youthful outlook on life. He is the Page of Coins. Meanwhile, you're hermiting right now in the current time and working on oneself.
You're right. I am. You are exactly right. I am. I'm very withdrawn, and I am taking my time.
Dead on. I'm telling you. What about you, Charlotte?
Yep.
Did you pull any cards or no?
You're muted.
You're muted. You got to unmute it.
Okay, I pulled a card. I only pulled one card because I am terrible at past, present, future readings.
That's fine.
I've tried and I've tried it and I've tried it and they don't work. So my thing is what does the universe have for Renee from Virginia? Perfect. And so it kind of goes along with what you guys are saying, but I got Thoth. The teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. Wow, that's really dark.
So are you working the top later, deck?
But Thoth,
are you working with the top deck?
No, it's Kyle Gray. It's a Kyle Gray.
No, the card is Thoth. The card is Thoth from the Kyle Gray deck.
Thoth, and it's divine magic, and it says the teacher awakens and the student becomes the master. And basically it's saying that, you are gonna basically be the manifestation queen. I mean, all the things that have happened to you in the past now, they've let you know what you want, where you want to be. And now your job is to just start manifesting that into the future because you know what you want. And that is the key to manifestation. Knowing what you want, being able to be specific about what you want. You can't just go, well, I kind of wish the universe would drop this, car into my life. Well, no, think about what kind of car you want. Do you want, me? I want a brand new Dodge Cummins diesel. I mean, seriously, a chocolate. They make this color. I've always thought it looked like chocolate milk. I want a chocolate milk colored, 1-ton, King Cab Dodge Cummins diesel. That's what I want. I want tan interior. I want to be able to smell the leather, the new car. Okay, so that's me manifesting what I want. What you've got, and maybe I just told everybody too much about myself, but
That's what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, I've already got it, a 2000 Dodge Cummins diesel sitting in my driveway right now, whose nickname is the Binford from Tool Time, Tim Allen. And it was always the Binford 2000. Ho 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 ho. Anyway, but this is saying that you now, you said you're like hermiting, but this is saying get off your butt, start manifesting. You got the power. Whatever you set out to do, you're gonna get it done. And so, you're gonna take lessons from the past that have, showed you what you need. And you just have to make sure that what you're asking for is for your highest good and your highest truth. And that you really are a magical being, and you need to start thinking of yourself as such. And then things are going to happen, and you're going to get out of your hermit mode. So that's
Sounds good.
what I got.
Sounds good.
Well,
Okay.
thanks for the call, Renee from Virginia.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you guys for
That
all
was
the
fun.
positive insight. Yeah, it really was. I certainly do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Happy 4th of July to you all. I hope you all have a great evening.
Same to you, and loads of love to you, Renee.
Awesome. And now we can get out of here.
Woohoo!
I was just saying in the chat, today's show was a ton of fun.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God. Way too much fun. Way too much fun.
It was.
But we may end up doing this again next Thursday, depending on whether Ellie come back, or maybe it'll be 4 of us. Wouldn't that be cool?
Ooh,
let's see.
That would be so much
I don't
fun.
think there's enough time in the night for 4 of us to do readings. I mean,
well, there is, you got to think of it like if we all work on speeding things up and just pull one card and only one person reads at a time, that's easy to do. You just, it's the amount, you could have 10 readers on, it doesn't matter as long as it's only one reader at a time.
yeah,
Right. And we don't talk over too much.
The only time I try
Hard to do.
I always, when there's the 3 of us, I try to keep it to like one person reads at a time, unless there's enough time, and we can throw more in, and then we just go for it, So anyway, we got to get out of here.
Yes.
I need to go eat lunch. But
I
thanks.
know, me too. I'm starving.
Thanks for being Charlotte and Michelle. And
thanks, Jax.
and
Thanks,
Maria.
Charlotte.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Dan.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.